Hey everybody, welcome back to Rhino Fishing TV. It's the weekend of 21 August and I'm heading to a place called Rocky Gap State Park in western Maryland, and I'm going to do a little bit of camping and fishing this weekend. The lake associated with that state park is Lake Habeeb, and I've never fished it before, but I read good things about it online, so it'll be something new for me to try out, and we'll see what luck I have there. It's a very deep and clear lake, which is a lot different than the local lake I fish down there in southern Maryland. We'll see what happens. But I'll be shooting some fishing video and some camping video over the weekend, and hopefully I'll get 2 or 3 separate videos out of this trip, but we'll see. But I want to thank you for tagging along, and we'll be there in an hour or so, and I'll start fishing, and we'll see what happens. Alright, this is Lake Habeeb at Rocky Gap State Park, and I like what I see so far. Very beautiful. The trees are absolutely gorgeous, and the views. And I've already unloaded my kayak. I'm walking back down to the boat ramp now where I did that. I just moved the truck because I didn't want to clobber the place. But boy, it's really pretty. Alright, so it's kind of a long and slender lake. There it is looking that way. And there's a little recreational beach across the way there. Let me zoom in for you. I see a couple of volleyball courts and some kayak and canoe rentals over there. Okay, and then if I pan around to the other side, here's the other end of the lake. And I hope they bite good enough and often enough to keep me busy for the next couple of days. Here's a nice looking lake. This is the camper registration building where you check in. I believe check-in time is at 1500, 3 p.m. Got here about 2. Didn't have any problem checking in early. My campsite was ready. And they give you a little thing to hang on your rearview mirror. It indicates your spot and how many days you're good for. And there's also a little gate code there, so that you can punch it in and open up the little barricade thing so you can get into the campground. Also located here is the trash drop-off. Pretty convenient on your way out. So you can do that. And I believe when the camp store is closed that they will sell you firewood out of this little shack right here. Alright, we are at the campsite. They let me check in a little bit early, and I like what I see so far. It's pretty typical of the Maryland state parks that I've stayed in over the last couple of years. Their campsites are really nice and clean, and this one is no exception. Very level. Don't think I'll have a problem finding a place to put my tent. And I'll get the camp set up here in a minute and roll the camera while I'm doing that. But before I do that, I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to go ahead and eat this tasty Hillshire Farm sandwich that I just got at Love's Truck Stop. So stand by. Okay, camp is pretty much all set up. Let me show you around. Well, you know the truck and the kayak. And there's my tent set up, the Alps Mountaineering Lynx 4. And see, give you a shot at the inside. That's where all the rack ops are going to happen tonight. An inflatable pad, a blankie, and a pillow. Don't need much more than that. There's my new handy dandy camping chair that my daughters got me for Father's Day. Thank you, Jessica and Samantha. Yeah, there's the cooking setup, my Coleman stove, beautiful tablecloth provided by my lovely wife. Cold things, unhealthy things, lots of stuff to eat. And I nabbed somebody's hammock from the garage closet before I left home, and so I've got that all stretched out for a little relaxing. And so that's it. But it's a nice campsite. There's the fire ring. I'll get that fired up later. I got some burgers and dogs to cook. And I guess that's about it. Let's wrap this up and we'll go check out the bathhouse. Alright, on a mission to find the bathhouse. I can see it through the trees. Just wondering where the path is. I also need to find some potable water. Potable? I don't know. I see a blue spigot right there. Is that what blue means? Pretty sure it does. Otherwise I think they would have it marked. Gotta be a path. Without me walking through somebody's campsite. When I see it, it's right there. I'm just gonna walk to it for now and then find the correct way back. Yep, it's a hike. Looks pretty good on the outside. Got a deep sink for washing dishes. Let's go in and check it out. 3 sinks. Smells a little like pee, but people pee in here. The shower looks pretty good. Nice and clean. Be seeing you again later. I'll give it an A, I think. All right. Okay, so here's the designated path from the campsite to the bathhouse. Definitely shorter if I go straight through the woods, but I'd have to traipse through somebody's campsite to do that, so I'll stick with the path when I have to come back. I'll just need my headlamp. It's pretty here. I hope it's quiet tonight. I kind of got a feeling that it's not going to be. I got kids on either side of me, but that's okay. Camping is for kids. And it was pretty loud out on the lake. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with the campsite. Hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep. I think I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon. I could go fishing again, but I think I'm going to do some tackle organization and re-rig my rods. I got skunked this morning, so I'm going to tie on some different things and redo my leaders. But I'll be back with you to look at some of the other campground features tomorrow. Between fishing expeditions, I'll go do a little hike and then poking around a little bit and take you along. So stand by for that. we're gonna go check out the camp store, see what they have to offer in there. Better mask up before I go in there though. This is also how you get down to the little beach. I'll take you down there in a moment. The Nature Center. Firewood sales.
Well, we already have like 2 people, so.
But they got the basics here. Stuff for starting fires.
Yeah.
Ice, t-shirts. Stuff you might have forgotten. Blow-up mattresses, pumps, fire starting materials, charcoal, water. Let's go down to the beach. Got a little place over here that sells snacks. Looks like hot dogs and pizza and things like that. A little place you can reserve to have parties and picnics and things. There's another way over there. Playground area for the kiddies. Pretty nice view. Alright, I'm about to get on the trail that circles the lake perimeter. I didn't see an obvious way to access it other than cutting through somebody's campsite, so I chose a non-used one to do so. But when I come back around, I'll see if there's a more obvious entry point. I saw a lot of people walking on the trail when I was actually on the lake in my kayak yesterday and this morning. Too bad I didn't give them a show. Not sure I'd want a campsite right here on the trail though. It's a pretty decent lake view right here. The lake that has no fish. The lake that has no fish for Darren. There's the Rocky Gap Casino that is across the way. I didn't partake of any of the activities over there on this trip. Might have been more fruitful than my fishing adventure. The Lake Loop Trail is very windy. I won't be doing the whole thing. I have no idea how long it is, but I would guess north of 12 miles, so I won't be doing the whole thing. I am trying to get far enough along it to get a good look at the dam, so when I get there, I'll bring you back. Well, we made it. I'm not going to walk all the way to the top and walk across it, but there it is. Kind of right across from the casino there. Alright, I'm going to start the long walk back to the campsite. Alright, I'm back at my campsite, doing a little hammock relaxing with a nice cold seltzer water, and back from my little hike. Got my steps in a very nice campground, nice well-maintained trails. They're pretty clean overall. For cleanliness, I'd give the whole state park, I don't know, I'd give it a B. There's some trash laying around. I don't blame the DNR for that. I blame the campers for not picking up after themselves, so I'll try to make sure I do that before I leave tomorrow. But I would recommend this place if you want to bring the family camping or even come by yourself. I'd be hard-pressed to recommend it to you if you wanted to come catch some fish, because I've gotten skunked so far. I've probably spent about 7 hours out there on the lake in the kayak, and had one thing that I could identify as a bite, and I didn't get the hook in that one. And I talked to a couple of other guys a while ago, and they said they hadn't had any bites either, so at least it's not just me. But I suspect this lake is very heavily pressured. There was about 20 trailers in the parking lot when I got there at dark 30 this morning, and they were already out on the water. And I could tell that they were all down at one end of the lake, so they probably knew where they were going. But I didn't catch a thing, so it's a lot of pressure on this lake. But it's a beautiful lake, very clear and deep in some places, and you would think there'd be a lot of fish in there, but I couldn't find any with my name on them. I hope you enjoyed this review of Rocky Gap State Park and the campground. I'm in Ironwood Loop, and there are several other loops, and here's the DNR website that gives you all the information about this state park. So come on out, bring the family, enjoy the great outdoors. I highly recommend it. And for an August weekend, it's not too bad. I think it's about 81 degrees right now. And I should sleep like a log, given all the miles I just did on the trail. So again, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you've ever camped at Rocky Gap or fished in Lake Habeeb and how you did. Until next time, Rhino Fishing TV out.